Today, I'm going to do an unboxing and some first impressions of the Pixel 9a. Now, before I jump into the video, I always like to start off with some disclaimers. Most importantly, who's sponsored this video? No one. Bought this phone with my own money. Don't believe me? Gotta be fully transparent. Let me get this tablet over here on the side. So as you can see, I paid here $219 after tax, and I bought it through Visible. I got the plan, the most basic one, which is $25 a month. Because this is unboxing of the Pixel 9a, please don't ask me about the quality of Visible and its services, how I got the deal. Look on Slick Deals. If you want to know other things about Visible, maybe I'll make another video, but that's not the one for this. I just showed you that just so you could see that I'm not sponsored. Now, Visible is provided the phones through Verizon. This is the receipt that I got in the box. But anyways, yeah, bought the phone myself. Now, before I jump into it, I still just want to say one last thing, a few things, and apologies for the rambling, but this is not my first Pixel phone. In the past, I've owned the Pixel 1, Pixel 2 for some short time, the Pixel 4a, which is was amazing. I skipped the 5 to 6. I used the 7, not such a great experience. And I did have the Pixel 9 for some short time, like about 3 weeks, and then the 9 Pro XL for about the same time. I say all that to say I'm familiar with Pixel phones, and I'm not quite sure how I feel about this one, which is why I bought it. The Pixel 7 was the last one that I really used, or I tried to use as a daily driver, and it was not a great experience. Now, with that out of the way, let me just go ahead and focus on that. If you guys want to know more about my experience with Pixels, you might just want to subscribe or like, comments, whatever they say, you know, because I may keep this phone for at least a month because I want to see what it's like. And then to be honest, I don't know if I'll keep it. Most likely I won't. I'll probably just trade it off or something. But anyways, let's look into the box. So Pixel 9, I will say the packaging of the Pixel 9 this this series they've really done well with their marketing. Now the Pixel 9a here that I have in my hands is the Obsidian color, aka black. It is 128 gigabyte storage. And so let's look into the packaging. Let's pull those tabs. And I believe you just slide it over like this. Now the Pixel 9a, interestingly, let me look over here on the side. I had some notes that I wanted to compare in. Is 6.3, so it's the same size as the Pixel 9. And this phone here, although I got it at $219, if you buy it direct, which I wouldn't recommend, is around $500. And Google is competing it with its other competitor, Apple. So they've really on their site have tried to pin this phone as the alternative to the iPhone 16e. Correct, yeah. So as you can see, they're packaged just the same as the Pixel 9 series, the 9 and the other one. And so you get the phone there. Let's look underneath. Nothing really exciting, honestly. You get your SIM tool. If you care about the manuals, it's there, and then you get the charger there, the USB to USB-C. You don't get the charging block, and that's, you know, how it's been for the last couple years. But as I was saying, so let's go ahead and look at the phone now. Yeah, the pack is just the same as the other ones. So let's throw this to the side, and instantly some things to note. So obviously the big thing that everyone's been talking about is the camera bump. So it's not completely flat. I mean, it's just a little bit, but it almost looks flat. Honestly, when I look at this phone, it kind of reminds me of what like Samsung would be doing with its A series phones, where the camera bump is just like so much more different than its S series. I mean, at least that's what it was like in the past. But now, you know, these kind of designs have looked very more minimal. A lot of people are either you hate it or you love it. And my opinion, I actually hate it. But you know, hey, to each their own, right? I really liked the brand identity that Pixel 9 had with its camera bump, but I'll talk about that in another video. Now some more other specs. So again, the screen is AcuTouch display, so just the same as the regular Pixel 9. the peak brightness on their site, and you can look this all up, is 2700 nits, so just the same as the Pixel 9. And as far as the camera, the dual rear is 48 megapixel wide, 13 megapixel ultra wide, and then they have 0.5 on the zoom, and then one optical quality zoom. So you can look at all those specs online. So as far as the rear, obviously it's not going to be up to par with the base Pixel, and obviously not even the Pro. And the front, interestingly, they say has a 13 megapixel, and then the Pixel 9 has a 10.5. So apparently this front megapixel camera has slightly more megapixels, but it does not have autofocus. The Pixel 9 has autofocus. And then the rear videos goes up to 4K. Again, this one is 128. Their base is 8 gigabytes of RAM. The Pixel 9 has 12 gigabytes of RAM. And then lastly, I think the most important thing they say is that it has 30 hours of battery life and up to 100 hours with extreme battery savers. So this apparently will get you like 6 more hours of battery life compared to the base Pixel 9. So that's some specs. Now, looking at the phone, instant fingerprint magnet, you can see it's got a matte kind of material like. The one thing I don't really like is how, well, the sides feel a bit aluminium, so a little cold. Yeah, and so let's go ahead and boot it up. So you have your power button, volume, you have your SIM ejector, and then your USB-C. And then let's go ahead and power it up. Come on now. Come on now. Are you serious? Maybe you got a lemon. There it is. So, yeah, again, the most important thing I think that to note is that I guess Google is really trying to pivot, like position this phone as its, competition against the 16E. So as the phone's booting up, some things that I'm going to look for are, in my opinion, are the brightness, fingerprint, because the 7 series, the 9, the 8 series had pretty bad fingerprint. They corrected it with the Pixel 9. I tested it for a little bit, and that had pretty good fingerprint. And then, just the setup. I mean, it's kind of standard. Let's see. So if you haven't seen a Pixel, it's pretty basic. How to pause the video there. My phone got interrupted because Android sensed that I was using a Pixel, and it said, "Do you want to start up?" So we're going to go and skip it and start from scratch. Let me go ahead and move it to the side. It's going to pull up the Wi-Fi list, and then now I'm setting up the Wi-Fi. I'll say this, because I've owned Pixels in the past, the process of the setup is not that exciting. I'm quite familiar with it. But again, so we saw that you could have the option of migrating your data, then next you get your Wi-Fi. Right now it's setting up the Wi-Fi. It's going to take a few minutes. If you're looking to get this phone, chances are you really want a new phone. You like Google, or maybe you've thought about getting Google and you just want to try it for the first time. But $499, I'm not sure about that. So let's go ahead. It's asking you a couple more things. I'm going to skip this for now because I don't want you guys to see that. Let's download the eSIM. Okay, never mind. I'll probably have to do that on online or something. So let me see. But right now I'm connected to Wi-Fi, so that's fine. I'm entering the PIN, as you see. Okay, let's do the fingerprint. That's what I'm interested. Let's see. I'm not quite sure what kind of fingerprint they're using. It's definitely not probably ultrasonic. I don't have any screen protector on this, by the way. I mean, so far it's registering it. We'll see. You can obviously add another finger. Let's try to do, can I do duplicate thumbs? And most of the time when I set up phones, I'll do my number 1, number 2 as the first thumb, and then 3 and 4 as the second thumb. Some phones won't allow you to do duplicate fingers. Let me see this one. Okay, so it allowed me to do 2 fingerprints for my thumb. So I'll just skip this. Face unlock, let's see what happens. How good is it? So I'm kind of in the way, but let me go ahead and register this. Okay, so it looks pretty good. Okay, let's do that. Google services, use location, sure, why not? I always like to disable this removing of the diagnostic. Actually, I'm going to do allow scanning, disable that, and just use the location, and then accept. And then we'll do English. Now, of course, so this is pretty nice. You get some crisis alerts, so emergency, natural disasters, and then you get to the screen, and let's do some of the, sure, why not? We'll let it download some of the apps that it wants you to download. Going to give you the tutorial, and then we'll go home. All right. Ooh, I've already done this before. So as I'm doing this, some things I want to mention. Yeah, this phone is gonna have its, AI features. That's the big thing with Google now, right? So if you really care about AI features that are with the Pixel 9, then yeah, you're gonna have those. So right now you may not see, but this phone has some sort of a bezel, so that's not present in the 9 and the 9 Pro. So, but just be aware that you get that going there. You can see Pixel 9 there. It shows you 128, 14 gigabytes been used, 128 total. And let's do the camera. So let's just do that. Let's just take a picture real quick. Let's take a quick picture. Okay. You won't, the phone may not be a great, like, I might not be able to showcase it just that great, but I'll put the picture here that I just took so you can see the quality. So some things that I noticed right off the top. So yeah, so if you like those AI features, and you're excited about trying the Pixel phone for the first time, you're going to be excited to know that this phone has like the Add Me feature. You're going to get access to the what is it? The Magic Eraser, Magic Editor, AI Editor, things like always listening for the music. What else? The screen doesn't look anything less than the Pixel 9. Looks just as bright. Let's see, Google Pixel. Yeah, it looks just as clean, just as bright. One thing I feel right now is it is kind of overheating. This phone does not have the cooling that was added to the other the Pro series, but you have the Gemini, your built-in assistant, the thing that they're really trying to push. I'm on the Google site now. There's effortlessly editing the camera, so yeah, I mean, it's what you would expect if you used the Pixels in the last 2 years. So you're familiar with the 7, the 8, and now the 9. Then yeah, this is not that exciting. But anyways, this is the Pixel 9a. I might use it for a month. Tell you about my experience. Would I recommend buying this? Actually, no. I just don't see the appeal. I mean, it's $500, not including tax, and then the iPhone 16e is $600, not including tax. Don't buy this at least do not buy this at its first launch price. There's a lot of deals that you can, as you saw from the receipt, you can get it even cheaper. But yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna explore too much into this phone. I may do like again a 3 week a month, but just kind of wanted to give you my first impressions of the phone. I'm not that excited about it, to be honest. Just because I've used them in the past, I know what to expect from Pixels. But yeah. And the last thing I'll say, because everyone's either team camera bump or not, and I'm team camera bump. I do not like this um, this here choice. I think what they've done in the past, from when they started creating the A series, from the 3A up until the 8A, they always added the camera bump for that series, and to remove it is gonna be a big change. Um, and so I feel like they're kind of going against their identity. And maybe they want to do that. Their A series, I feel like, has kind of, I mean, now it seems like they're trying to make it almost their version of the iPhone SE. And when we look at the iPhone SE, that phone has always kind of has kept its identity for the longest time to look like an iPhone 7. Its camera bump is always kind of outdated. And maybe they want to do this. Maybe they actually want to, for future A series phones, keep it looking the same, and maybe kind of get people accustomed to that. I'll say this: when I look at this phone, it looks very boring. It also looks like the kind of phone that you would see in like a Netflix video where the character has a phone and they can't really do like a brand. So like you can't they won't show that it's a Samsung phone or an iPhone. It's just some sort of generic phone. This is what that feels like. This feels like a feature phone that you would see, and it's like, oh, it's Google because of the G, but if it was removed, it would just look like a I don't know, like a really sterile bland phone. Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, comment, like, subscribe. We can talk, and then again, maybe I will do a video on the experience of using this phone, but we'll leave it at that right now. Enjoy. Thanks.